How's it going, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today we have a new knife to check out coming in from North Mountain Blade. While we get started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is today. So I am really stoked about checking this knife out. I've never handled anything from North Mountain Blade, but I do know they deliver one hell of a package here. Extra hardware, stickers, you have a microfiber cloth. Not only that, but in the same packaging, you get oil, Q-tips, Band-Aids, paracord, all kinds of stuff. And what that tells me is they care about the product and what they are putting out there. So that is fantastic. And the knife we are looking at here today is going to be called the North Mountain Blade Button Lock Chop. And the Chop is a model they've done a couple of different variations of, from what I can tell. And this is going to be a full brass version here, which is insane. It definitely has the heft to it. And wow, look at that. Perfectly centered up, and they put a little cutout and crevice there to basically show off, look, this thing is perfectly centered up and very, very well done. Look at that blade stock. We'll check that here in a moment. We are looking at a flipper tab for deployment. And, oh, I forgot about that. We are looking at SLD-Magic here for the blade steel, that traditional Japanese tanto look. And look at that. A flat rolling out through the top quarter of the blade, but just above that, we have a top swedge. And then they both die off right at that last quarter. Man, does that give this a very unique look. And then kind of look at that flare right before it gets to the tip. That is awesome. This thing is really cool. We are looking at a standard button plunge lock here, which there's nothing wrong with that. We have a lower mounted steel clip, which is not going to be reversible on this model. And then we have a full brass backspacer here. Definitely has some heft to it. Now, let's see what size we're dealing with this knife. And as far as price goes, everyone, it's going to be different because they have models that are $80, which come in SLD-Magic and like G10, which is not bad at all. And then they have versions in, they got Damascus handled versions in SLD-Magic for like 300. So it just really depends. This is going to be coming in right at, give it a little bit more, we'll give it 8 1/8. And we have 3 3/8 of cutting edge, 3 5/8 of total blade. Couple of comparison knives with the Kaiser drop bear up top and the full-size Benchmade bug out on the bottom. You'll see it's quite a bit bigger than both of those. And then the Vostede Raccoon Bowie up top and the full-size Kaiser Milital there on the bottom. And a little bit bigger than the Raccoon and maybe just a touch smaller than the Milital. Let's go ahead and see what this thing looks like in the pocket and what kind of retention we have. Good retention there, and there won't be any interference because it's completely smooth. You'll have a little bit poking out of the pocket there, or an average amount for a lower mounted clip, and that'll give you the ability and give you the surface area you need to grab a hold of this thing and pull it out of the pocket very, very easily. Flipper tab does have jimping on the top and the back, almost like a push button and a light switch combo. As far as the action goes, it's a standard button plunge lock flipper. It feels pretty good for what it is, right? Now, from what I know, they have also, like I said at the beginning, introduced some other chops, and they have a kickstop chop as well, which is a newer release from them. And that would be a game changer because that has an actual detent in it and would give you a totally different feel. As far as the weight goes on this, I don't know. God, this thing is heavy. Is it like 9? Could it be more than 9? They're solid brass. No weight relief. Let's say 9.3. I don't know. Oh. Oh, it's 6.8. So we're talking, why does it feel so much heavier? So we're talking 80-10 type weight right here. 194 grams for all the other folks out there. So it's going to be hefty and maybe too heavy for some and right on point for some other people. I have to be completely honest, the weight of this does not bother me whatsoever. Some people will not like it, and some people will love it. 0.49 for our handle thickness here, and our blade stock coming in at 136. So a hefty little bugger right here. Not too crazy, but it's got a healthy stock. We'll check the behind the edge here, and we're looking at about 19 with that grip, that hold, and that spot right there. So it comes down about average, 17 to 19 thousandths. Why don't we go ahead and we'll see how this thing cuts right out of the box. One thing is for certain, that is a beautiful looking blade there. Very nice looking blade. Very neutral ergos as well. Let's see what we have. You'll have to let me know. Do you like this style of knife? And do you like brass? Do you like copper? Do you prefer titanium? Let us know down in the comments. Love hearing from you guys and your thoughts and opinions on these knives. Got a nice pokey tip still. It's a little bit higher, but I still think that could be functional for quite a bit. You won't want to do a ton of precision work with it, but it could do it. The sharpening choil is not too bad at all. It looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You got a couple of sharpenings in there before you need to really worry about anything. Man, do I love this blade. I love how this is laid out. I like the thickness. I like the blade shape. And I like the aesthetic of that SLD-Magic. So this thing is built like a linebacker, but will the spine whacker defeat it? Let's go ahead and we'll see how that plunge lock is going to hold up against some adversity. It feels good. There's no up and down play, and there's no side to side play. And it looks like a pretty healthy plunge lock and a good engagement there. So let's see what we have here. Couple of light taps just to get us going. Okay, good. Very good. Little bit of movement there. Maybe that's my blade coming loose there. We'll have to, there's no failure. Let's see if that movement's just due to a loose pivot. And that'll give us a reason. So we have a non-tooled pivot there. It looks good. Let's see what we got here. So, a little loose. Oh, yeah. That straightened it right up. But it just tightened the blade up a lot, too. Let's loosen it just a smidge. Just a smidge. No movement, but it's a little tight. Boy, am I interested to get my hands on the kickstop. No movement. Okay. So maybe it was just a little extra loose. You'd be surprised what just even like a 1/16 of a turn will do. So yeah, I like this thing. Very unique design. Love seeing new companies or new companies to me at least, and I think they're fairly new in general. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, they went very nice. So they went T8 across the board there. Very, very good from North Mountain Blade. Very good. That is a T8, and that is an off-grid driver. Color-coded bits, 6, 8, and 10. Aluminum. Nice, nice driver. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. But that is the North Mountain Blade button lock chop. You have to let me know. Do you want to see what the kickstop version is all about as well? And what do you think of the button plunge lock chop here in the brass? Love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps push the video to more people. And if you are new to my channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. Ring that bell. That'll notify you anytime I do release these videos. And I will put a couple of new ones up on your screen that YouTube is recommending you go check out right now. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.